Look at that picture. Unbelievable. I found it. Look at the drums. See that drum set? Did you recognize them? That's the same drum set that we're playing every week on the show and for this recording. Those were my father's drums. Yeah, Slingerland's Champagne Sparkle. And that was one of my first gigs 50 years ago. I'm 12. Look, my head is barely popping out of the 120 bass accordion. Wow, it's amazing. Want to see something else I found? Hey, happy birthday, Tony. I thought I'd do a special broadcast because I've been mixing. It sounds drunk again. Haha. You know why? Because I hear an echo with the DAW delay. So my voice comes twice. It's like being in a stadium. Look at this. Whoa. That was a Cordovox. See if I can get close. I was probably around 13 there. I graduated because I wanted to get that Jimmy Smith sound. You could run the Cordovox through a Leslie speaker. I'll turn this down so it feels more natural. Good morning. Hey, I got a group at 1:30 and we're going to be studying rhythm changes. And then tonight I'm really excited about broadcasting live my birthday at Woodlands Tavern. But I've been messing around with this mix and I thought I'd share some moments with you from our last rehearsal, the third rehearsal before our recording session that's scheduled this Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Yeah, man, get it done. You better hurry and join, because the way I'm feeling, this thing will be done in a few hours. Terry, how are you, man? Cordovox rules. Welcome to the studio. I'm messing around today with changing my mixing sound to the original. I'm so glad you're here, Terry. I've got the audio card peaked pretty good. This is mastered level stuff. But I'm trying the Rudy Van Gelder style mix. And when you listen to the Rudy Van Gelder mixes, especially I'm trying to compare this one to a Don Patterson record called Brothers Four. The drums are panned pretty much to the right, and I've got the sax panned all the way to the left. The organ's somewhere around 10 o'clock. Grazie, Pietro. Hey, Jean. How's Roulet? It's good to see you all this morning. I'm just enjoying my birthday, doing what I love to do most, and that's playing music, sharing music, and mixing music. So anyhow, this is a Rudy Van Gelder style that I'm messing with. This is mixed and mastered. I learned how to do this technique together while I'm doing a lot of shows in Jakarta, Indonesia, hanging with big production teams filming live shows for video production. So the audio was recorded, mixed, and mastered all on the spot, pretty much at the end of the post-production. It's all done in one shot. People are calling me. Hey, it's my friend Dave. Dr. Kenny Davis. Hey man, we're live. You're live. Say hi to the world. Say hi. Say hi.
Hi, how's everybody doing out there?
Well, you think I'm going to sit on my culo on my birthday? I'm going to live every day. Thank you, Dr. Kenny. How are you, sir? This guy, he's a young man, and he pumps iron every day. He's going to be competing, and I'm going to go watch it on September 2nd. Next Saturday. All right, Kenny. God bless you, brother. I'm live. You can come back and watch this anytime. You're on the show. Say hi to everybody. We'll see.
left hand, trying to take over Tony's left hand.
I got a gig tonight. I need some help. I'll see you, doctor. I'll call you soon. Thanks, doc. Thank you, sir. So, anyhow, let's get to some of these mixes here in my studio. Let me find out what's the right mouse to reduce the size of my image. There we go. See, now, you're looking at the console side of the project. I'm going to crank it up now. So I'm going to be turning my voice down. Just want you to listen a little bit. Tell me what you're thinking. Like I said, what I'm doing is using the drums panned right. I did create a basement. You know, Eric Alexander, he's a great horn player that I've done a lot of work with in the past. He's done a lot of sessions at the Van Gelder studio. And what they had is, in order to create reverb, you know, some of the studios in the 70s had reverb tanks under the floor. Well, what Rudy did was he had a basement that was block walled, and he put a microphone down there, and then there was a door access, so he just opened the door, and the drums were located. Of course, drums go everywhere. And then the sax would blow close to the door, so the horn sound would go down there, and they would mix the basement sound of that reverbed sound to the mix, and it would be on the far left. So I created a Rudy's basement in here. We'll be messing around with some of that too. So you'll hear me talking, and I'm just happy to see you all. So, all right, enjoy the show, I guess. And by the way, if you want to, you can still become a member of Four Brothers. All you have to do is go to, let me go to my page here. There we go. If you go to my website, b3monaco.com, and the main page, there's a link on the bottom actually. You can go right to this, and you go to the Four Brothers page. You can still join. Monday is our session, 11 o'clock. It has great Eddie Baird on saxophone. He and I have been hooking up a lot. We became really good friends. We chat a lot, talk about the music, passions for Coltrane, Turntine. I have a lot of passions for those. Stanley Turntine was my first sax that I heard. Stuff. Kevin Turner, we went to high school together, and he's got that sound. Kevin and I are rejoining our friendship from high school. Of course, young Willie Barthel III, a.k.a. Willie B., 25 years old, world class, got the swing of 100 years. So I'll let you listen to some of this project. But if you go to that website, you can help support, you can still get in. I'll send you all the past rehearsals. And of course, Monday's the big day for recording. So if you become a member, I'll send you a private membership link to the session, closed session of the recording of Four Brothers from Columbus. All right, I want to go back to this groove tune. This is called You Can Count on Me, and I wrote this for my son, Haruki. So I'm going to put this at mastered levels, turn my voice way down, and we'll listen a little bit. This is Rudy Van Gelder style. Tell me what you think. My main concern right now is setting the organ bass level. I've got it all over the place. I don't know if it's too all over the place. I maybe need to bring the overall bass level down a little. Might clear things up. So that's what I'm looking to do. that's kind of the direction I'm going with. I'm just tweaking a little bit right now. I pulled the bass down. You know, when you pull levels down on the mastering side, the exponential differences are, like you'll be pulling down on a regular mix 3 dB to hear a sound change. You can pull down on a mastered track just a half dB and changes a lot. So I pulled the bass down a dB on the overall, and I compressed it just one more dB so that it would start working a little harder. Of course, to get that bass all over the place on the organ, there's a lot of multi-band compression going on. I think those that watched my show before, my experiences, and as a matter of fact, I owe kudos to Terry Dowds, who was here earlier. I don't know if he's still here, because I learned so much from that guy, man. He's a genius. He lives in Columbus. He's a bassist, but he's also audio and video guru. Terry helped me a lot when I was a broadcast producer assistant at this advertising agency, and they didn't have a broadcast producer anymore. So Terry was the broadcast producer. So I'd lean on him to do everything. I need dupes, I need this, and he took care of me. So thank you, Terry. I love you, man. So anyhow, about this Rudy's Basement. So what I'm trying to do with the drums, as you know, is I'm putting them on the right. I'm going to solo the sax, a little bit of the organ, and a little bit of the drums, because remember, the drums go everywhere. If you ever solo or listen real closely to some of those early Blue Note Rudy Van Gelders. You'll hear the basement when the saxophone's playing, you know. All of a sudden you hear this reverberation. But if they happen to leave that microphone on during the trades, that's when you start to hear the drums with the basement sound. And so that's what I'm trying to create, but a little bit more controlled here in the sense that I've got how much of that basement sound I want. And, you know, sometimes too much is too much also. My mix philosophy is never to add frequencies, more so remove things like, you know, just the things that get in the way, and let the frequency ranges that you want to stand out then stand out and remove. So I'm more about minus than adding. Even my mastered output is flat, so everything's flat. But of course I'm balancing the sound of each instrument to build the sound that I want. This is a cute little song I wrote. This is the theme song for the record. This is Four Brothers. And just a little history before I play, because I think it's fun. Now remember, these are just the rehearsal takes so that we could just make sure we got our arrangements straightened out before the session. And we've had about 10 days now to prepare ourselves for Monday. So you can still get in. Don't forget. Just go to my website, b3monaco.com. And the link's down there, by the way, if you know, look at all the details of this broadcast. The details. By the way, tonight's my birthday party at Woodlands, so I'm going to broadcast that live. So enjoy this. This is Brothers 4. The theme is Buckeyes, because that's what connects Don Patterson from Columbus and his Four Brothers project with Sonny Stitt and Billy James and special guest Grant Green. Four Brothers is because we're from Columbus, like Don Patterson. So this is Four Brothers, and at the beginning you'll hear a little marching drum like the Buckeyes battle cry intro. But you'll see that I changed the melody just so that it, you know, doesn't plagiarize the Buckeye battle cry. But in the second tag at the end, although this one's fun because we were just trying it out, we insert and change the feel. So this is a big drummer thing. We go right into the Buckeye battle cry and then back into my theme. So this is called Four Brothers. I hope you enjoy it. There you have it. Four Brothers. That's a cool song. Anybody recognize the changes? Okay, The Preacher. All right, The Preacher is the answer. So that's a contrafact on changes to The Preacher. With a Buckeye flair. Yep, you got it. The original tune, I fell in love listening to a tune recorded once called A Man and a Woman. There was an organ version. And I like those descending changes. So they're kind of Parkerish, but they're yet kind of cool as they go down one step, major, minor, major 7, minor. So it's kind of really cool. I like that progression, kind of Joe Beam a little, where this one's just more straight ahead. So anyhow, I just thought I'd share some of my thinking right now with the mixing. How do you feel? How do you enjoy it when you can listen to this on your headphones and you're actually listening to mastered music. So this is not just mixed. One of the big things that I'm all about is less is more and making sure that what you have is right. So on the organ, I'm actually using some of that auto-align feature program to make sure that the DI and the two left and rights of the Leslie effect is in phase. But then I noticed a big problem that even though I had them in phase, somehow when I split, because I split the bass and the high end of the organ so that I can kind of turn up when I'm taking a solo or component, I could turn down. So it's a way to control the organ volume but without losing the bass. And I noticed that when I subgrouped the highs and the lows bass. This is the DI channel. This is the left Leslie effect. This is the right Leslie effect. Those signals are going to separate subgroups. Notice I have bass. That's where these are going. But notice this one on the high end of the DI is not going like the rest of these are going like right. The Leslie effect left is going to the bass, right? And bass. So we got 3 channels. They got to be in phase. Well, I noticed that when I soloed the organ high end, I'll go ahead and just do it. Okay, I've been moved. Ooh, that's what the EQ of the high end of the organ sounds like. So what I had to do was take the presumed high end of the DI that I wanted to send to this subgroup, this bus called organ high. See, I could turn the organ high down or up. All right, so it's filtered, high pass, but some of the low ends in there, obviously you can hear it because you want the, oomph. But notice that this one is not going there first. It's going to another bus that I created called the DI phase. And that's so I could take the upper channel, the upper sounds that I'm sending here, and flip the phase with this little tool called Channel Tools that allows me to flip the phase. So let's just listen to the high end of the organ, and I'll turn the phase off and on, and I'll let you hear what a difference it makes. And I thought I had everything in phase, but it was something telling me there's something wrong with the organ. When you play it so many years, you just know. But everything was right, because when I'd solo the bass, man, that was fat, good. When I soloed the Leslie effect, it sounded great, or the DI high. But when I put them together, something didn't sound right. But supposedly it was all right. Well, I don't know what happens to that signal chain, but something happened where the high end has been reverse phase. Yeah, here it is in phase now. Now it's going to sound thin because it's filtered. Now there, it seems like it's in phase, right? But look how smooth it got when I changed that. More nasally and unidirectional. So let's get to like a Leslie going last spot. Let's just. Okay, so now here's out of phase. Here's in phase. Just that little bit of a difference now when I bring the whole organ in, you'll notice, starts to change a lot. You'll notice when it's out of phase, when I was playing the melody, let me get some levels up here. or just solo the organ part now. Let's just do that. The clarity of the voice of my musical lyrics changes when I flip that phase. And then that's when you can best hear it. So let's do it. See, it's mono now. See how smooth it is frequency-wise? This pops out more in the middle. But I could hear the stereo effect when it's in phase. So sometimes this phasing stuff is really, really tricky. But, you know, after listening to these mixes over and over, you start to, actually you can get confused. And I did this just to reaffirm for myself, but to let you see how different that is. So let's take a swinging tune to end this session. Listen, I appreciate you all coming. Monday, if you can't come, we understand. And we wish that you say a little prayer that we have a hot session. If everybody's ready, and I know they will, we'll just crank right through this. It's going to be wonderful. So let's see, this is, let's play something that we're messing around with. We're not totally refined on it, but a little sound, something different. This is cool. I like this. Cha-cha-cha. Uh-oh, he's coming back. Hey, thanks for joining. I hope you can come again. Remember the website, b3monaco.com. Let's go, where is it? Ooh. How did it go to Google? You know, many buttons get pushed here when little kids come around. There it is. If you go to b3monaco.com, you hit the four brothers, and yes, you'll be on this page. You could become a member, and I'll send you a link to the session on Monday at 11 a.m. Thank you. And by the way, tonight, I know some of my friends in Europe are going to be sleeping, but I just wanted to show you some funny pictures. Look at, that's Randy Mather. That's Derek DeCenzo when he was at St. Michael's School, same grade school I went. Here's Louis. There he is. So you can watch the reruns on that, but if you come to this page, you can find the YouTube link easily, and hey, you can help the band out. I always love that. Thank you very much for joining me today. There we go. Mix down. And there I am. Hey, it works, see? I got to change everything for tonight's show. I'm going to use this. This is my second laptop that I use for checking emails. And so I hope you enjoy the mixes. So what do you think about this Rudy Van Gelder style sound? It's pretty cool, huh? God bless you all. Thanks. So what I just did there was there's one thing that happens when the organ gets on like fast full Leslie sound, and that's that the DI seems to overtake the top end of the Leslie because the DI frequencies are higher. So what I'm trying to do here is I move the DI up, high end, over now to just the organ master volume. So in other words, it's just going to go with the volume I played with some compression. But I turned up the high end of the organ. So now that DI is always going to stay more consistent. So I got to go back into something that's like a melodic thing and see if it makes the organ sound like it's more, what do you call it? Well, there you have it. That's mastered. That sounds pretty good, man. I'm pretty excited. That's a Rudy Van Gelder style mix with the drums far right and the guitar in the center, the organ about 10 o'clock, the sax far left, and Rudy's basement reverb effect somewhere around 10 o'clock. And here he comes. It's my mother. I miss my mother's call on my birthday. Oh, jeez. She sings me happy birthday every year. There you go. 50 years ago was my first professional gig. There I am. The accordion. Accordion is the accordion I still have. That's my Paolo soprano. And that drum set, that's my father's drums. And you know when you watch the broadcast how many great drummers have played on that set. And it's still with me. And that accordion is still with me. And one of the greatest gifts of music, if you have someone in your family, is that music is a relationship that you have. If you have the gift and you've been touched for your whole life, you're never done. Look at me. I'm celebrating my birthday doing what I love to do most. God bless you, and hope to see you tonight at the show. If you're in Columbus, you gotta come and see me. The entrance is free. Can't miss. All right. God bless you all. Thank you.